A landmark on Music Row gone after a fire late last night. News Channel 5's Deja Knight was the first on the scene and was live tweeting this as it was happening. And it must look very different this morning, Deja, to you than it did last night when you arrived over there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it is heavily damaged, but last night, Steve, those flames were crazy. Take a look. We'll show you how big this building is. It doesn't look that big from the storefront, but you see it goes back pretty far, and it's actually 3 stories high. So some of those stories are actually going underneath. And then you see here, this is where most of the fire damage was, in the attic here, making it not really look so much like a barn anymore. It looks pretty bad now. There were several businesses inside of this building, including a tailoring alteration store, a vintage clothing store, and also lots of music and attorney office spaces there. In fact, we're told that some songwriters were inside last night whenever the fire started. They smelled smoke. They got out of there. But unfortunately, one of them was transported to the hospital for smoke inhalation. But we are told that he is okay this morning. The firefighters were able to contain the flames to the top floor, but it still, the whole building, though, really suffered a lot of damage because of the heavy smoke and because of the water. So after putting out the fire, or the flames rather, firefighters, they helped business owners salvage some of their belongings from the building. There really wasn't much to get out of this building. The fire marshal's coming out here today. Hopefully he will be able to figure out exactly what caused this fire, and maybe some of these business owners, they will be able to find somewhere new to go today, or at least be able to salvage some more stuff now that daylight is here. So we do have Sky 5 flying above us right now. You can see here now. This gives you a better idea of what this building looks like. The big red building here, a lot of people in this area refer to it as the Big Red Barn on Music Row. So it's been here for decades. Unfortunately, now it is heavily damaged. So of course we'll bring you the latest with this investigation as soon as we get it. We're live on Music Row. Deja Knight, News Channel 5 HD.
Deja, thank you. And of course, Deja broke this story on her Twitter account last night. You can follow her at NC5_ Deja Knight, D-E-J-A, Knight. You can also find links to all of our reporters' Twitter and Facebook pages by going to our website, newschannel5.com.
Meanwhile, a massive apartment fire isn't done burning yet. Firefighters were called out to the Hickory Trace Apartments in Antioch again this morning when the fire rekindled. That's at least the 3rd time fire crews have returned to the scene since one of the buildings burned down Sunday night. It destroyed 18 units and left many without homes. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. New this morning, a man is fighting for his life after being hit by a tractor trailer. Metro Police tell us he was at a crosswalk at the corner of 5th Avenue and Church Street overnight when he was struck. Doctors say his injuries are life-threatening. Metro's fatal team is investigating. Steve?
Amy, a lot more questions than answers this morning in the wake of Rob Barones' deadly accident, the former Tennessee Titans kicker. A police report showing that his wife of just 3 months filed a missing person report a half an hour before Barones' death. That report says that Barones' wife, Rachel Bradshaw, and a friend were watching movies at Barones' home off Battery Lane. Then Bradshaw claims that Rob said goodnight. She thought he was going to bed. A short time later, she realized no, he wasn't in the home. Bradshaw says they had not been fighting. She also did say that he had had a beer earlier in the evening, but certainly was not drunk. Now, some of the last people to see Rob Barones alive included a Nashville couple who called 911 to report a man driving erratically a white SUV who they say almost ran them off the road.
I just wanted to tell the police there's something wrong with him. He's dangerous. He's drunk or he's on drugs. There's something wrong with him. He gave us a mean look. We don't even know him. He tried to run us off the road.
Moments after the couple and the white SUV stopped on Battery Lane and exchanged those looks, Barones crashed his white SUV. The couple came up on that crash and notified police of the erratic driver, but they never actually identified him as Barones. Funeral plans have been announced for the late Titans kicker. However, the Tennessean reporting now Barones will be laid to rest Thursday. Funeral services set for 2:30 that afternoon at the Woodlawn Roche Patton Funeral Home in Nashville. Visitation will be tomorrow night from 5 until 8 at that same location. Amy, back to you.
All right, and in other news right now, a violent felon wanted for killing an 80-year-old man is behind bars this morning. Henry County deputies arrested Toby Carter and charged him with first-degree murder. He is the suspect in the death of Bobby Dozier. His body was found in Henry County last week. Dozier is from Clarksville, but was visiting Kentucky when he disappeared. Investigators knew they were close when they found his dog and then his car in Henry County. And when they found Carter, he was with his mother and stepfather. Carter is originally from Indiana and has a violent criminal history.
A 72-year-old man accused of leaving an obscene note inside a woman's car will be in court today. Smyrna police say that Morris Nichols confessed to leaving that sexually explicit note in a woman's unlocked car back in July. The car was parked at the Kroger along Sam Ridley Parkway. Police credit several tips from the public with helping them track Nichols down. He's charged with harassment, and investigators say more charges may be filed. Some crooks in Clarksville are going high-tech. They are cloning credit cards. These are the suspects police are looking for. We're told they somehow copied information from the victim's card, put it on their own card, and then went on a big shopping spree. If you recognize anyone in these surveillance photos that we're showing you right there, contact Clarksville PD this morning.
All right.